Good afternoon, everybody. Today is December 9, 2024. We have a pre-bid conference for contract ID 25009, widening permanent bridges Hubangon Bridge, B0024CG along Camiguin Circumferential Road. We have the second project, 25KS0031, construction or completion of multipurpose building covered court, Barangay South Poblacion, Municipality of Guinsiliban, Camiguin. And the last project is 25K0036, construction completion of DPWH building, Camiguin District Engineering Office, Mambajao, Camiguin. So may I request Engineer John Christian Bertudis, please do the roll call or acknowledge those who are present today.
Once again, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our pre-bid conference dated December 9, 2024. For this afternoon, we have our back chairperson, Sir Edwin G. Cagulada.
Present.
Our vice chairperson, Engineer Al Gomez.
Present.
We also have our regular member, Engineer Detalia.
Present.
And our provisional member, Engineer Apolinar Elvis A. Hamero.
Present.
And our end user, Engineer Joselito V. Corpin Jr.
Present.
We also have the back TWG members. We have Accountant Christine Bernadette O. Oclaret, Ma'am Nona C. Cho, Engineer Leia Rose N. Basilan, and Engineer Larry Nino Lapiceros. We also have our head back secretariat, Engineer Evelyn V. Paderanga. With its members, we have Mr. Mildexter U. Cho, Ma'am Nil Ann Venus A. Simasio, and yours truly, Engineer John Christian A. Vertudes. We also have the representative from General Construction, Sir Ronel O. Lagod. And from Construction, we have Ma'am Ria Raneses. We also have from Hapos Hansol Enterprises, Ma'am Milovial Podilana. And also the Punong Barangay of Hubangon, Sir Oliver N. Kukamas. I think that's all for this.
Thank you, Engineer John Christian, for this. So, all the back members are present, so we have a quorum. I call this pre-bid conference to order. So I request the head of the back secretariat to please discuss or read the agenda into this pre-bid conference.
To clarify issues and concerns with regards to the bidding documents which were posted at PhilJEP's and DPWH websites. In the same manner, the procurement officials will answer questions and give explanations raised by the prospective bidders. At the same time, the procuring entity had invited stakeholders represented by the Ponong Barangay of the respective proposed projects to give feedbacks and updates, more specifically on the road right-of-way issues for smooth implementation of the projects. The following are outlined agenda for today's meeting. The brief presentation of the BAC through the BAC TWG on the complete details such as the contract description, ABC, duration, items comprising the scope of work of the project, including specifications. Number 2, the requirements of the bidding documents, which were posted at PhilJEP's and DPWH websites starting on November 29, 2024. Number 3, the documents to be submitted by the bidders in 2 envelopes, the technical and financial proposals to be submitted in 3 copies, 1 original copy and 2 photocopies. All proposals must be properly sealed, labeled, and with tabbing. The criteria for eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, and award. The implementing rules of RA 9184 will remain in force pending approval of the new IIR, so the BAC will adopt the non-discretionary pass-fail criteria, meaning the checking of the presence and absence of the required documents. Number 5, the questions and comments from bidders and replies of the procurement officials. Number 6, other matters. The three-strike policy. Under this policy, if a bidder commits 3 offenses that tend to defeat the purpose of the competitive bidding, they shall be subjected to an administrative policy. In the same manner, failure of the concerned DPWH personnel to implement the provisions of this directive shall, after due process, make them liable to the penalties prescribed for violation of reasonable office rules and regulation. And last but not the least, the issuance of bid supplemental bulletins if applicable. That would be all for the agenda of today's meeting, Mr. Presiding Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Evelyn Paderanga. So let us now proceed to the presentation from Engineer Larenino Lapiceros for the first project, 25K009, widening of permanent bridges, Hubangon Bridge, along Camiguin Circumferential Road.
Good afternoon. Our first project for this afternoon's pre-bid conference, widening of permanent bridges, Hubangon Bridge B0024CG along Camiguin Circumferential Road with contract ID 25KE009 with ABC amount of 58,800,000 pesos and a project duration of 216 calendar days. The source of fund for this contract is the NEP FY 2025. Our detailed engineering design, we have here our standard field office for the engineer, standard project billboard, and the vicinity map of the proposed contract. Shown here is the existing bridge, Hubangon Bridge 1. This is a topographic plan of the project. The bridge plan, the foundation plan showing H pile as foundation on both sides. This is a typical section of the bridge. Up is the section along the abutment and the section along the bridge span. Then this is the steel H pile details showing the connection to the concrete and the connection in case of addition of length or splicing. For the bill of quantities, you have construction field office, 1 lump sum, project billboard and signboard, 4 each for the information of the contractors, prospective contractors, 1 each for COA, 1 each for DPWH. Then it should be on the both sides. That's why it's 4 each. Then we have occupational safety and health program, 9.93 months. Traffic management, 1 lump sum. Mobilization and demobilization, 1 lump sum. Then also included in the contract is additional technical investigation, 1 lump sum. Then craneway for the launching of the girder, 1 lump sum. We have removal of structures and obstruction for the demolition of the existing abutments, slope protection on the sides of the abutments. Then we have structure common excavation, 21.54 cubic, structure excavation, common soil, bridge excavation for the foundation, embankment from roadway and structure excavation. And we have aggregate sub-base course for the approach road, PCCP unreinforced, 0.2 meter thick, 126.66 square meters, PCCP 0.28 meters thick. We have 1,414 square meters. PCCP reinforced for the approach slab of the bridge, 58.56 square meters. The H pile, steel H pile furnished 1,440 meters, driven length at 1,392 meters, elastomeric bearing pads, stress concrete, structural concrete member, 41 meters type 6 eye girders for each, concrete railing standard 80 meters, reinforcing steel grade 40 13,000 kilograms, grade 60 at 72,845 kilograms, structural concrete 20.68 megapascal 84 cubic meters, 27.58 megapascal 284 cubic meters, structural concrete painting works 357 square meters, lean concrete 5.65 square meters, pre-molded expansion joint filler with sealant 0.178 cubic meters, expansion joint rubber multiplex expansion joint 89.2 meters, stone masonry 766 cubic meters, rubble concrete class B 1,162 cubic meters, drain pipe 32 linear meters, regulatory sign to each, guide or information signs to each, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white 30 square meters, pavement markings yellow 15 square meters. That's all for this contract, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Larry Nino Lapiceros. So, by the way, do we have a issue and concern during the pre-procurement conference? Engineer Bertudis?
For contract ID 25KE009, the back chair instructed Engineer Nope to inform the Camiguin water system through a letter regarding our projects, wherein their pipes will be affected during the implementation phase, and also instructed Engineer Nope on the status of road right-of-way for the affected properties. That's all, Mr. Chair.
So, anyone who can comment about the issues concerned in previous meeting? Engineer Basilan?
Good afternoon. Ongoing pa mong letter, sir, para sa katong sa Camiguin Water. Then, sa ROPOD, ingon si Ma'am Ruby, okay na daw.
Okay, thank you. So, any comments or clarification from the contractor from Aposansol Enterprises, General Construction, Gingers Construction, from the end user, Barangay Captain of Hubangon. Do you have any comments? Okay, none. So let us now proceed to the second project, 25KA0031, construction completion of multipurpose building, covered court, Barangay South Poblacion, Municipality, Guinsiliban, Camiguin. By the way, sir, you can now exit if you want to. So please proceed to the presentation for 25KA0031.
31 ba? Our second project, second contract, construction, completion of multipurpose building, covered court, Barangay South Poblacion, Municipality of Guinsiliban, Camiguin, with contract ID 25KE0031, contract duration of 165 calendar days, and an ABC amount of 4,949,932.76 pesos. The source of fund for this contract is NEP FY 2025. Our standard field office, standard billboard, and this is the perspective of the proposed project. The site development plan and the vicinity map. The existing floor plan. So the portion shown in red. Muna ang, mo ba nila? Red? So the roof, the fence, then you have roof sub-bleachers shown in red. Kini side cover. Then kining columns supporting the fence. Then the drawing details for the fence. Then also included are the scoreboard, electronic scoreboard, and 2 speakers. For the bill of quantities, we have construction of field office for the engineer, 1 lump sum, permits and clearances, 1 lump sum, project billboard and signboard, 2 each. Occupational safety and health, 1 lump sum, mobilization and mobilization, 1 lump sum. Embankment from structural excavation, 100 cubic meters. Embankment from Baro, 38.38 cubic meters. Gravel fill of 13.55 cubic meters. Structural concrete class A, 55.4 cubic meters. Reinforcing steel deformed grade 40, 3,238 kilograms. Forms and false work, 434 square meters. Pre-painted metal sheet corrugated long span, 177.2 square meters. And glazed tiles of 77 square meters. Floor finishes, 1 lump sum. Cement plaster finish of 329.5 square meters. Painting works for masonry and concrete, 267 square meters. Painting works for steel, 744.02. CHB non-load bearing, 100 mm, 171.7 square meters. CHB 150 mm, 143 square meters. Structural steel for trusses, 1,363 kilograms. Structural steel for purlins, 485.46 kilograms. Fence using cyclone or welded wire at 167.32 square meters. Then conduits, boxes and fittings, 1 lump sum. Wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. Lighting fixtures and lamps, 1 lump sum. Public address system, 1 lump sum. That would be all for this contract, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Lapiceros. So do we have issues concerned in the previous meeting? For contract ID 25K0031, Engineer Berturis.
For contract ID 25KE0031, the back chair directed Engineer Nook to let the programmer conduct on-site visit to check the status of the stage, and also instructed Engineer Nook to check the item on scoreboard since there is a discrepancy in amount in the program of works of San Roque against this proposed contract. And lastly, the back chair instructed Engineer Nob to review and check the list of priorities of the recipient. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Berturis. I think this is about the stage is about the shilling. So do we consider the PDS or plan design section? I consider the deteriorated shilling for removal and
Kuan
to be
Mr.
installed
Chair.
with the new.
Kuan Mr. Chair, katong pag-field ni Engineer Sia, kuan nila ni Kapitan, bali ang instruct is sila na lang daw bahala sa katong ceiling.
Shilling.
Bali ang ilaha lang gi-priority karon pod, ang gidugang is ang electrical nga mga wires.
Okay.
Then ang scoreboard board na adjust na ang price.
So taas ang price niya.
Katong basta same sa katong San Roque man siguro
San Roque, itong 100 plus Engineer Corpin.
30 pila to? Kato.
San Roque 40 plus. So gamay na siyang klase. Hindi na katong dako kayo. Okay, gamay raman tong sa kuha di ba? San Roque. Para sila details. Pero ang price ba na? Okay, thank you. So is there any question for or comments from the contractor, general construction, Tapos Consol, and Jitters Construction, from the back members, Engineer Hamero, Engineer Italia, Engineer Gomez,
None, Mr. Chair.
Engineer Corpin.
None, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. So let us now proceed to the third project, WK 0036, construction completion of DPWH building, Camiguin DEO, Mambajao, Camiguin.
For our final project this afternoon, construction, completion of DPWH building, Camiguin DEO, Mambajao, Camiguin, with contract ID 25KE0036. The project duration of 217 calendar days with an ABC amount of 48,999,995.99 pesos. The source of fund for this contract is NEP FY 2025. Our field office and our billboard. So this is the perspective of the completed building This is the vicinity map and site development map. So ground floor plan. Second floor plan. Roof deck. The front and rear elevations. The cross section and sectional details for the toilet. Elevations. Schedule of doors. Schedule of windows. Foundation plan. Framing plans. For the bill of quantities, we have construction of field office for the engineer, 1 lump sum. Permits and clearances, 1 lump sum. Project billboard and signboard, 2 each. Occupational safety and health, 1 lump sum. Mobilization, 1 lump sum. Hand-laid rock embankment, 100 cubic. Removal of structures and obstructions, 1 lump sum. Gravel fill of 58.83 cubic meters. Structural concrete, 3,000 PSI, 170.02 cubic meters. Clean concrete, 10 cubic. Reinforcing steel, grade 40, 7,191 kilograms. Grade 60 at 29,264 kilograms. Forms and false work, 874 square meters. Storm drainage and sewerage system. We have catch basin for each. Sewer line works, 1 lump sum. Storm drainage and downspout, 1 lump sum. Septic vault or tank, concrete or CHB, 1 lump sum. Plumbing fixtures, 1 lump sum. Cold water lines, 1 lump sum. Ceiling using metal frame, plywood cement board, 464 square meters. We have wall, 1 lump sum. Hollow steel door, 8.09 square meters. Aluminum frame glass door swing type is 68.36 square meters. Aluminum glass window sliding type, 9.37 square meters. Awning type, 51.94. Fixed type, 193.31 square meters. Frames, jam, seals, head and transoms and mullions at 28 sets. Doors flush, 23.91 square meters. Doors wood panel at 15.96. Tempered glass, 10 mm, 175 square meters. Waterproofing cement base, 121.12 square meters. Fences, cyclone or welded wire, 44 square meters. And glazed tiles at 1,244 square meters. Cement plaster finish, 361.7 square meters. Painting works at 1,873 square meters. Painting works for wood at 39.87 square meters. Painting works for steel at 89.84. Metal deck panel, 1,053 linear meters. PVC doors and frames, 3 sets. CHB 100 mm, 177 square meters. CHB 150 mm, 219 square meters. Metal structures, 170.72 kilograms. Conduits, boxes, and fitting, 1 lump sum. Wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. Panel board with main and branch breakers at 1 lump sum. Lighting fixtures, 1 lump sum. Network cabling, 1 lump sum. CCTV system, 1 lump sum. Ventilating system, 1 lump sum. Fire alarm system, 1 lump sum. Automatic fire sprinkler system, 1 lump sum. Electric elevator, 1 lump sum. Precast concrete piles furnished, 816 meters. Driven, 768 meters. That's all for this contract, Mr. Chair.
I thank you, John Lapicero. So do we have issues and concern during the pre-procurement conference and jump into this?
For 25KE 0036, the back chair instructed Engineer Noob to refer and coordinate with the LGU Mambajao regarding the elevator permit, and also instructed Engineer Noob to check the quantities and the structure for any adjustments.
So Engineer Basilan, can you answer the query?
Bali, nanay adjustments po sir regarding po sa mga sa foundation. Bali, nabutangan nag-provide na mig boulder fill katong hand-laid rock. Then, ang files po dayon is gihimo na siya 12 meters instead na 9. Then, and then, ang katong permit dayon sir is wala ko kapangutan na kay wala mong good ang programmer kanina o si Sir Ryan Ligarza.
Okay.
Chair, for the information of everybody, the planning and design section had already submitted the revised quantities for the aforementioned proposed contract,
Okay, thank you.
ready for posting.
Ready for posting. Okay, thank you, Engineer Padaranga. So, do we have question from the Aposan Solid Enterprises?
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Chair, about lang sa
I-post pa man nila tingali. I-post pa na bid bulletin. Bid bulletin, mabilin. Mabilin. I-post pa. I-post pa niya.
ang mga concern, dewatering, kanang pag-fix sa water,
Germ Silan.
Amo lang i-brought up di kang Sir Itchay kung unsay angay buhaton anak kung mo go ni or amo i-change pa po otro ang program.
Okay. So I think you have to consider also the recommendation from Aposan Solid Enterprises about the pump out of water. And if there is any changes, please submit it to the back for bid bulletin. Okay. Another question. Na-consider ba siya? Okay. Ang elevator?
Pag naam sure kay ang mo himo mo gud sa plan gid ani si Sir Joaquin Regid wala ko kita sa plano pa nga revise.
Sa siya ba ito nagkuhan sa hospital? Nagplano? O hospital mismo? Di, kini sa kuhan, there is kaning dialysis center. Na designer sa province, dili sa ato. Elevator mo na design. So, high specification. Okay, Engineer Masilan, please consider also the recommendation from the contractor.
Noted, Mr. Chair.
So, the building, ang IT room ug ang network room, nara gyapon. Taas mo kilid man tatubangan sa kilid.
Murag kumpleto naman siguro ni sa share kay
So-
naka-appeal naman mga elevator po.
So, pero wala na consider ang mga network facilities.
Pero
Network
wala pa,
facilities
sir.
katong 20 million.
Kay mahal mo gud kay.
Ang mahal doon kasi parit tala nila. So, pero ang IT room ug ang network room na ara. Second floor ang network o IT room? Ground floor, server area. Mas maayo matingali kung taas ang network room kay ang magbaha mo ani. Mas maayo tingnan natin lang balis. So, sa actual lang natin interchange lang. Total, wala pa man di ang mga facilities. Okay, so any question from Teachers Construction? John Real? Ma'am Mel, mura tayo mag-question. Okay, John Hamero. Engineer Italia, Engineer Gomez, Engineer Corpin.
None, Mr. Chair.
Okay, now since there's no more questions, so is there any motion for adjournment from the back members?
Mr. Chair, I move to adjourn this pre-bid conference.
And seconded, Mr. Chair.
Since there's a motion for adjournment from Engineer Corpin and seconded by Engineer Gomez, this pre-bid conference is adjourned.